Good. Good morning, everyone. So today we are here to discuss one of the most famous course in the Ashok IT, that is Java Real-Time Project. Right. So for the people who don't know about myself, my name is Ashok. I'm having 10 plus years of experience as a Java full stack developer along with DevOps. Currently, I'm working for a MNC banking sector company from HYD location. My current role is technical lead in my project. Right. So I'm having total 10 plus years experience as a Java full stack developer. That is my IT experience. Coming to teaching experience, I'm having 6 plus years in the Amirpet. Right. So fine. My current role in the project, working as a technical lead. Coming to this Java project course, first, what are the prerequisites to attend this course and who are eligible to attend this project course, and what topics we are going to learn as part of this course, and how it is going to help you to get the job and after getting the job. Good. Fine. The first thing is prerequisites to attend this course. There are several things that you should know already to attend this project course. First one, core Java is mandatory and advanced Java is mandatory. Third one, Oracle is mandatory. And fourth one, Hibernate ORM framework. Hibernate basics are mandatory. And next one, Spring Boot and microservices. Our project is completely based on Spring Boot and microservices. In order to attend this Java real-time project training, these are the prerequisites. First one is core Java. Second one is advanced Java. In the advanced Java, basically JDBC and servlets. JDBC and servlets knowledge is required. And Oracle, if you have the knowledge on SQL, then that is good. SQL queries, you should be able to write it. And Hibernate basics are required. What is a ORM framework? How to perform DB operations with the ORM framework? That knowledge is required. And Spring Boot microservices, this, if you already know Spring Boot microservices, excellent. If you don't know, parallelly you can attend. Parallelly can do this. So evening 5 p.m. Spring Boot microservice batch is running. You can attend Java real-time project and Spring Boot microservice courses parallelly. Why? Because in the Java real-time project, first 1 month, we are going to work with the real-time tools. To work with the tools, Spring Boot is not required. Within this 1 month, whatever the Spring Boot knowledge is required, that will be completed in the 5 p.m. class. So in the project, first we are going to start with the tools. That's why it is not required immediately. So this Spring Boot microservice knowledge is required after 1 month of time. By that time, you will learn what is the Spring Boot in the evening batch. So Spring Boot microservices required. If anybody already completed that boot and microservices, good. If not completed, they need to attend that course parallelly. So in the Spring Boot microservices, we will understand what is the Spring Boot, how to use the Spring Boot concepts, how to develop small applications by using Spring Boot. When it comes to the real-time project, we are going to understand how to use the tools and how to think like a real developer, what kind of challenges we are going to face in the real time, and how to deliver a project to the client. All real-time operations we are going to learn in the project batch. So anybody who want to attend the project, these are the mandatory things. Core Java is the prerequisite. All concepts in the core Java. OOPs, collections, exception handling, Java 8, multi-threading, all the concepts you should know. Coming to advanced Java, how database connections will happen, how servlets will be developed, what is a server, how to deploy our web application to a server, that concept is required. Oracle, how to create a table, how to query the table, how to perform operations with the database, that knowledge is required. What is ORM framework? How to represent the data in the form of objects, how to represent relationships in the database, and how to represent those relationships by using Hibernate. one to many, one to one, many to many, many to one. 4 types of relationships are available. We should know them. And Spring Boot microservices, parallelly you can attend. And the next one, who is eligible to attend this course? Sir, I'm a fresher. Do I need to attend the real-time project course? Yes, fresher can attend and experienced people also can attend. Freshers can attend and experienced people also can attend. If anybody who want to get the job as a fresher, definitely this course will be helpful for you, because you will understand how the projects will be developed in the company, what problems we will face in the project development, what are the tools we need to use in the project development, how we will write the code, how to analyze the requirement, how we will get the requirement, how meetings will happen in the project, how we need to speak in the meeting, how we need to give the status update, how we will get the task from the team lead, task from the manager, how to analyze the requirement, how to develop, how to test, how to deploy, how to deliver. The complete software development life cycle you will understand as part of this course. That means a fresher will get benefit with this course, and experienced people also will get the benefit with this course. In this Java real-time project, whatever I have learned in my 10 years of experience, everything I'm going to discuss here. Right. So this course is required for the freshers as well as for experienced people. And this course not only is going to help you to get the job. After getting the job, survival is very important. So every day new requirement will be given to you. You should be able to understand that requirement and you should be able to develop that requirement. So this course will help you to improve your analysis skill. It will improve your coding skills also. You know whoops, but you don't know where to use whoops in the project. You know collection, but you don't know where to use the collection in the project. You know exception handling concept, but how to handle exceptions in the real time. You know multi-threading, where to use the multi-threading in the real-time project. For every concept, I will give you a real-time scenario and we will develop a project with that. Fine. So it will helpful for both the freshers as well as for experienced people. Now coming to course content, what we are going to learn as part of this course. So this course I have divided into multiple modules, guys. Course is divided into multiple modules. The first one is software industry introduction. We are going to attend the interviews, right? So now how interview process will happen in a software company. So if you go for TCS company interview, if you go for Oracle company interview, the process will not be same, because TCS is a service-based company, Oracle is a product-based company. Service-based company interview process, product-based company interview process will be different. And what is a service-based company? What is a product-based company? How much is salary we can expect from the service-based company? How much is salary we can expect from product-based company? Interview process. What is the designation structure in the companies? When you join as a fresher, what role they will provide you? When you join as an experienced person, what role they will provide you? How many types of projects will be available? What are the day-to-day activities in the project? How to participate in the meeting? What is a bridge call? How to give the status? What is the minutes of meeting? Lot of introduction we need to understand, that I am going to cover as part of our part 1. First, we are going to understand software industry introduction. In this part, what we are going to learn, types of companies, how many types of software companies are available, what is a permanent job, what is a contract job, what is service company, what is product company, what is outsourcing company, what is a payroll, what is a client, all the details we are going to learn. Then next one, types of projects. How many types of projects will be available in the real time? And we are going to understand what is technical domain of the project and what is functional domain of the project. So how people will use technical domain and how people will use functional domain to develop a project. Then after, we need to understand bridge calls. Sorry guys. So we are going to understand types of teams. In a company, offshore team will be available, onshore team will be available. We are working from Hyderabad location, but our client is in the Dubai. In the Dubai location, our team members will be available. Those are called as onshore team. We are called as offshore team. So how the communication will happen between offshore team and onshore team? When you are working in the project as a developer, client will not call you, hey Ashok, please develop the login project. Client will not talk to the developers directly. Client will talk to a functional team. Functional team will be available in the client location. That is called on-site. We are working from Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Pune, Mumbai. We all are working from offshore location. Onshore team will collect the requirement from the client, will give the requirement to the offshore team. As a offshore team member, we need to analyze the requirement. We need to develop the requirement. So how the communication will happen between offshore team and onshore team, we are going to understand. To communicate onshore and offshore in the companies, we are going to use bridge calls. We are going to use bridge calls. Meeting will be set up. How I am setting up the Zoom meeting for the online class? Similarly, in the company, Teams meeting will be available to communicate with our team members, right? Bridge calls will be available. Then we are going to understand role mapping, role structure. What kind of roles will be available? For fresher, what role they are going to provide? For 1 year experience, what role will be there? For 3 years experience, what role? For 5 years experience, what role will be available? So the role structure in the IT, we are going to understand. This part 1 is a completely theoretical part. We are going to understand types of companies in the IT and interview process in those companies. How many types of projects will be available? What is the technical domain of the project? What is the functional domain of the project? Types of the teams in the IT company. What is onshore team? What is offshore team? How the bridge calls will happen between onshore and offshore, and role structure. In the bridge, after bridge calls completed, we need to discuss about minutes of meeting. Whatever we discussed in the meeting, whatever the points we discussed in the meeting, those points we need to write down. We need to send an email for all the participants who joined in the meeting. So I want to understand last Monday what we discussed in the meeting. Minutes of meeting will be available. Minutes of meeting, nothing but the summary of the meeting. Who joined in that meeting, what we discussed in the meeting, everything we will write in the email. That email we will send it to all the team members who joined in that meeting. So in the real time, daily 3 to 4 meetings will be available to understand the requirement, to understand the problems, to understand the client expectation, to solve the problems for a number of reasons. Daily 3 to 4 meetings will be available. Once a meeting is completed, minutes of meeting email we have to send. In the team, one person is responsible to send the minutes of meeting. Today, if I am sending, tomorrow you need to send that. Day after tomorrow, somebody should send that. In our team, one person is responsible to send the minutes of meeting once that call is completed. So when you are joining in the IT company, you should have the knowledge on all these details. So this is part 1 in our course. Then after this, we are going to start the part 2. In the part 2, we are going to work with real-time tools. So here we are going to cover 20 plus real-time tools. But we are not going to use these 20 plus tools in the single project in the real time. These 20 plus tools I learned in the 10 years of time. So when I joined in my first company, I worked with some tool. When second company, some other tool. Third company, some other tool. Like this. So in this 10 years of gap, in this 10 years of duration, I worked with 20 plus tools to automate our project operations. Those tools we are going to understand here. Now, the first one, in these tools, the first we need to understand Jira. Jira is a project management tool. So tomorrow in the company, every day, task will be assigned to you. Today, you need to work on the which task. The task assignment will happen through Jira. Jira is called as a project management software. Who is working on the which task in the project? A project team members, 10 members will be available, or 15 members will be available, or 20 members will be available. Which team member working on the which task? We can track it by using Jira. Your team lead or your manager or your scrum master will assign the task to you through the Jira software. Every software engineer should know how to use the Jira. Every day we need to use the Jira in the company. When I log into my office laptop, I will open Jira. I will see what task is assigned to me for today. And I need to work on that task. Once my task is completed, I need to update. My task is completed. Every day meeting will be available. Hey Ashok, what are you working on today? Hey Ganesh, what are you working on today? Like that one, Scrum meeting will be available every day. That Scrum meeting will be conducted by Scrum Master. Who is the Scrum Master? What he will do? What we need to do? Everything we are going to understand in the Jira. So here I'm going to explain Agile with Jira. What is Agile methodology and how we are going to follow Agile methodology in the real time? How Jira is going to help us in the project management. So the very first tool that we are going to learn, Agile methodology with Jira. Can you tell me what is the purpose of Jira? Jira is a project management software that will help you to manage project work. So task will be assigned to you through Jira software. Good. Now the next one, once Jira is completed, then we are going to understand Maven and Gradle. Maven and Gradle tools we need to understand. Maven and Gradle tools are called as build tools. Maven and Gradle are called as build tools. They are used to automate build process of the project. Now in the project, so many classes will be available. We need to download the Spring jar files. We need to download Hibernate jar files. We need to download MySQL connector jar file. What we have done in the advanced Java, we downloaded the jar. We are adding the jar file to the build path. But in the real time, we will not do that manually. We are going to automate the build process of the project by using build tools. What are the build tools available? Maven and Gradle build tools are available. Now, by using this Maven, we can create the project. We can download the dependencies. We can compile the project. We can execute unit test cases, and we can package the project as a jar file or war file. Maven will work only for Java. Gradle will work for Java plus other languages also. So Maven, Gradle, both are having equal demand in the market. Now, once Maven and Gradle is completed, then we are going to learn a tool called GitHub and Bitbucket. GitHub and Bitbucket. GitHub and Bitbucket are called as version control softwares. They are used to store all the developers' source code at one place, right? So 10 members are available in the team. I am working from Hyderabad. My team member working from Bangalore. Another team member working from US. We are working on the same project. I am writing some code. They are writing some code. All the code should be integrated at one place. So to integrate the project source code at one place, we are going to use Bitbucket or GitHub. In some companies, in some projects, they will use GitHub. In some projects, they will use Bitbucket. So in my previous company, I worked with Maven. In my current company, we are using Gradle. In my previous company, I worked with GitHub. In current company, I am using Bitbucket. So like this, project to project, company to company, tools may change. So what are the 20 tools I am teaching here? All the tools will not be used in the single project. Are you getting my point? If a project is using Maven, then Gradle is not required. If a project is using Gradle, Maven is not required. But tomorrow, what tool they will use in your project, we don't know. That's why we are learning all the tools here. If project is using GitHub, then Bitbucket is not required. Both are used for same purpose. They are from different companies. So Java is from Oracle. .NET is from Microsoft. Do we need both Java, .NET to develop a project? Do we need both Java and .NET to develop a project? Not required. Either we can use Java or we can use .NET. Similarly, if I am using GitHub, then is there any use of Bitbucket? No, only one tool is sufficient. Now, after GitHub and Bitbucket is completed, then we need to understand logging. We need to understand logging. So logging is used to store application execution details to a file. Now you are logging into banking application and you performed some transaction and you applied for a credit card and you logged out from the application. What operation you have done in the application, they will log your activity. So in every project, logging will be available. To perform the logging, we are going to use log4j or log4j2 is available. Log4j2 is available. Logback available. Logstash available. Like that, there are several tools available to implement logging in the project. You can go for log4j or you can go for log4j2. You can go for logback or you can go for logstash. So by using any one of this, you can implement logging in the project. Can you tell me what is logging in the project? It is used to store application execution details to a file, right? So why we need to store application execution details to a file? To understand execution process, to understand exceptions occurring in the project. When customers are accessing my application, there is a chance of getting some problem. When the problem occurred, why the problem occurred, which class, which method, which line number having a problem, we need to troubleshoot that problem and we need to fix that problem. To troubleshoot that problem, we are going to use logging in the project. So application will generate a log file. So now when there is a problem, we need to monitor the log file. We need to identify the problems are there in the project. So here logging is required and log monitoring is required. Logging is required and log monitoring is required. So in the real time, as at the development stage, we will implement the code. In that code, we will implement a logging. When the customers are accessing the application, application will generate a log file. So now when there is a problem, we need to see the log file. To see the log files in the real time, we are going to use Putty, WinSCP and Splunk. These are the tools we are using in the real time to perform log monitoring in our application. Log monitoring means taking the log file, see the log message, understand the problem and go to the project, fix that problem. Whenever there is a problem, it is the responsibility of the developer to troubleshoot the problem and give the fix for the problem. So project should have logging and we need to perform log monitoring. Sir, why we need to perform the logging and why we need to go for log monitoring? Assume that my application is running in a server. My application is running in a server. This server is installed inside a Linux machine. This server is installed inside a Linux machine. This Linux machine is available in the USA. My client is in the US. My project is running in a server. The server is installed in a Linux computer. That Linux computer in the US. Now, when my application is executing, the application will create a log file. So logs will be stored into this log file. This is a file. This file contains log messages. Now here customers are available. Customers are accessing our application. When the customer is accessing the application, code will execute. When the code is executed, log messages will be generated. The log messages will be stored into log file. So this log file is available in another computer. Server is running in one computer. Log file is running in another computer. This is called log server. This log server is also available in the USA. Today morning, one customer complained that I am not able to log in into the application. It is showing 500 error. What is the meaning of 500 error? Server problem. There is a problem in the server. I am working from Hyderabad. I'm sitting in the Hyderabad location. I'm working on a project. My project belongs to US client. So today morning, one customer raised a ticket. I am not able to log in into my project from today morning. It is giving 500 error. Immediately go to Shamshabad, find a flight, go to US, see the log file. Can we do that? No. Then how to find the problem? Where is the log file? In the US. Where is the developer? Hyderabad. So can I go to US to see the log file to understand the problem? No. So from my computer, this is my computer. I am in the Hyderabad location. From this Hyderabad location, from my computer, I should connect it to the log file and I should access the log messages. I need to see the messages available in the file to understand the problem. So here application is doing the logging. Log file is created, but I need to see the messages in the file. File with the data is there. I need to open the file. I need to see the message. I need to understand what is the problem, why they are not able to log in. So to connect from one computer to another computer, we are going to use a tool called Putty and WinSCP. Earlier, we used it to work with the Putty and WinSCP. Today, in the MNC companies, they are using Splunk to monitor log files. Log file is available in the another computer. From my computer, I should get that file data. For that, some tools are required. So tomorrow in the project, manager may call you and tell you, Ashok, today morning we got a bug, login functionality not working. Check the log file, understand the problem, and let me know what is the fix. That will be the terminology they are going to use in the real time. In my first company, this situation happened with me. One fine day, my manager called me. Ashok, we got a bug in the login functionality. Check the log file, identify the problem, and tell me what is the fix. I don't know what is log file. I don't know how to connect to the log file. In the 2013, at that time, there was no faculty who is teaching logging, who is teaching log monitoring. I joined in the company with a fake experience. They told me there is a problem in the login functionality. Check the log file, identify the problem, and tell me what is the fix. Whatever he explained, 2 lines of message, half of the message I did not understand. First of all, I don't know what is log file, and I don't know how to connect to the log file. Then I told them that I have never worked with this. Really? You did not work with logging? You did not know how to work with the log file? I told them that I don't know. Then what they will understand? He is coming from Amirpet. He is a fake experienced person. I lost my job because I don't know the real-time tools. Coding we are able to do. Only coding is not sufficient to survive in the company. Along with the coding, tools knowledge is also required. Getting my point? So if you are very good in the Java, if you just write the Java code, is it going to work in the real time? Only coding is not sufficient in the real time. Along with the coding, real time tools also required. Every day we need to work with the tools. Few days, you may not have the chance to write the code, but every day you need to work with the tool. Every day coding requirement may not be available. Few days coding requirement will be available. Few days unit testing will be available. Few days deployment will be available. So along with the coding part, you should have experience with the tools also. Are you getting my point? Yes. So here we need to understand how to perform logging in the project and how to perform log monitoring in the project. To perform the log monitoring, what are the tools available? Putty, WinSCP, and Splunk tools are available. Then after, we need to understand unit testing. We need to understand unit testing. To perform the unit testing, we are going to use JUnit plus PowerMock we are going to use. So in order to perform unit testing in the real time, we are going to use JUnit plus PowerMock. What is unit testing? Whatever the code we have written. Now let's take a simple example. I am writing one method called M1 method in the real time. Assume that. In the M1 method, there are 10 lines of code is available. Okay. So this is my method, which is containing 10 lines of code. How these 10 lines of code is working? To test that logic, I'm going to create one more method called M1 test method. In this test method, test M1 code, test M1 logic, right? Whatever the method we are writing, to test that method, we are going to write a test method. To write that test method, we are going to use a tool called JUnit. JUnit is a unit testing framework for the Java projects. JUnit is a unit testing framework for Java project. Good. So we are going to learn this JUnit and PowerMock, which is used to perform unit testing. After unit testing is completed, the next thing is code coverage. To perform the code coverage, we are going to use a tool called JAVAREALTime. So what is the code coverage? M1 method is having 10 lines. In that M1 lines, 10 lines of code, I want to test how many lines of, I have a M1 method. M1 method is having 10 lines of code. Now I want to test these 10 lines of code is working as expected or not. To test the M1 method functionality, I'm creating one more method called M1 test method. So now in this M1 test method, I'm executing the M1 method. So in the M1, how many lines of code is tested? How many lines of code is not tested by this test method? We will identify that by using JAVAREALTime. JAVAREALTime is a code coverage software, right? Industry standard, 80% coverage should be available. If you write 100 lines of code in the project, minimum 80 lines of code should be tested by using JUnit. Otherwise, your code is not accepted by the management. Are you guys getting my point? So you need to write the code, and that code you need to test it by writing the JUnit code. How many lines of code you have tested by using JUnit? They will identify by using JAVAREALTime. So what is the industry standard for the code coverage? 80%. That means for every 100 lines, minimum 80 lines of code should be tested by unit testing. Once you complete the unit testing, testing team will available. They will test functionality of the whole project, right? You need to write the code, you need to test that code, and you will give the code to the testing team. Testing team is going to test the overall project functionality. So as part of the JUnit, we are going to use the mocking. For that, we are going to use PowerMock. Once the unit testing is completed, we are going to do code coverage by using JAVAREALTime. Then after, as a developer, we need to perform code review. To perform the code review, we will use a tool called SonarQube. Whatever the code we are writing, is there any bug in the code? Are we following proper coding standards or not? Is there any duplicate code available in the project? Is there any security issue in the project? Is there any code smell available? All the mistakes of the developers will be identified by SonarQube. So I am writing the code, you are writing the code. Multiple team members are writing the code. All the code is integrated in the GitHub. So all the developers code is following the proper standards or not. Is there any chance of getting a bug in the code? Is there any duplicate code available? Is there any code smell available? Is there any vulnerability available in the code? Security issue available in the code? So what are the mistakes done by the developers? All the developers' mistakes we can identify by doing code review. Code review we can do by using which is software? SonarQube. Who is responsible to perform the code review? Who is responsible? Developer is responsible. Developer, when I am writing the code, before committing my code to the GitHub, I need to review my code is proper or not. If my code does not have any issues, then only I will commit my code to the GitHub repository. Are you guys getting my point? And remember, tomorrow, when you join in the company, whether you are joining as a fresher or whether you join as an experience, immediately they will not give you development task. Why? Because project understanding is required. So now in my company, in my project also, whenever a new team member join, first 3 months, we don't give any development task for the new team member. In more 99% of the time, same thing will happen. When you join in the company for first 3 months, you will not get the development task, because if I give you development task, if you modify the code without having the complete understanding, existing functionality will disturb. Are you guys getting my point? I don't want to take that risk. So that's why when you join in the company for first 2 to 3 months of time, they will give you these tasks. They will give you last 3 tasks. What are the last 3 tasks? They will ask you to identify sonar issues in the project. They will ask you to perform the code review. They will ask you to identify what are the mistakes in the code. They will ask you to fix the sonar issues. They will ask you to implement unit testing. They will ask you to identify code coverage. They will ask you to improve the code coverage of the project, so that you will get the clarity on the project code. You will see all the code available in the project. You need to understand. Once you are able to do that task properly in the first 3 months, then they will give you the development task. 99% of the time, same thing will happen in the every project. Guys, anybody who is working in the company? Anybody who is working in the company, can you share your experience? Initially, are they going to give you the development task, or they are giving you sonar task? Anybody get the sonar task initially? Come on, guys. Yeah, see here, P. Sunny, sonar task they are giving. Kushbu Kumari, which task they have given you initially? Development task or sonar task? Online students, please respond. Devdutta, you got the development task in 3 days. That's okay. Some companies will give you development directly. Yep. Abhilash, see here. Shruti is saying that in my project, they told me to write the JUnit code, which I am not aware of it. Okay. And let us see. I got the sonar cube task and written some JUnit test cases. Abhilash is saying that. And in my project, they told me write the JUnit sonar task, not development task. Yes, sir. In 5 months, I got a chance to check the error through putty. They are giving the putty task for them to check the mistakes in the code. Some people got the development task, and so after 3 months, I got the development task. Some people got the development task, and some people got the sonar issues. Some people got the sonar issues. That means in a project, code review will happen. What are the mistakes done by the developers identified by the sonar? For the new team members, they will assign sonar task, JUnit task, and code coverage task. Okay. Once you prove yourself in fixing the sonar issues, JUnit issues, coverage issues, then they will get a trust on you. Then they will give you the actual development work. In my project, first 3 months, we will keep the person in the observation by giving the sonar issues. If he is able to fix the sonar issues for 3 months, then we will give the development task for that member. Are you guys getting my point? Right. So which software we are going to use to perform the code review? Sonar Cube. What is the purpose of Jacoco? Code coverage. What is the purpose of unit testing? To test the code behavior. And what is the purpose of Putty, WinSCP, Splunk? Log monitoring. What is the meaning of log monitoring? What is the meaning of log monitoring? Checking the issues available in the project. Right. What is the purpose of GitHub? To integrate the code at one place. What is the purpose of Maven and Gradle? To build the project. What is Jira? Jira is a project management software. So once this code review is completed, then we are going to use JMeter. JMeter is used for performance testing. JMeter is used for performance testing. What is the performance testing? What is performance testing? Come on. How our project will behave when multiple users access at a time. For 1,000 users, how my project is responding. For 1,000 users, for 10,000 users, how it is responding. For 1 lakh users, how it is responding. For 1 million users, how it is responding. We will test the stability of our project by using a software called JMeter. JMeter is used for performance testing of our project. As a developer, we should know unit testing as well as performance testing also. Now, after this performance testing, everything is completed. We need to learn Jenkins. Jenkins is used for automating build and deployment by using CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment. Whatever the code we have in the GitHub, that code we need to deploy to the server automatically. When I click a button, it should download the latest code, it should compile, it should package, it has to deploy that code into server. To automate project build and deployment process, we are going to use Jenkins software. Jenkins is called as CI/CD. CI means continuous integration, CD means continuous deployment. Are you getting my point? So last time I conducted a workshop on the Jenkins. 800 people joined for that. That much demand is there for the Jenkins in the market. Every developer should know Jenkins, because in the interview also they will ask a question. How your project will be deployed in the company? My project will be deployed by using Jenkins. So do you have any experience on the Jenkins? They will ask that question. You should have the experience. Developer should know Jenkins. Tester should know Jenkins. DevOps engineer also should know the Jenkins. Jenkins is used to automate build and deployment of our project. Now, after this Jenkins, as a developer, we need to have the idea on Docker. So we are going to deploy our applications by using Docker. So Docker is a containerization platform. Docker is a containerization platform. Containerization. Right. Once we learn the Docker, then we need to understand Kubernetes. Kubernetes is called as orchestration platform. If you keep Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes in your resume, your profile will have good weightage in the market. Actually, these tools are called as the DevOps tools. DevOps engineers will work with those tools in the company. I am covering those tools in the project batch also, because developer also should have the knowledge on Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes. In the interview also, they will ask questions on this. When you attend the experience interview, 100% they will ask about Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, because currently 90% of the projects in the real time are using Jenkins, Docker, and Kubernetes. Getting my point? Yes. After completion of this, we need to have some idea on Apache Kafka, how to use Apache Kafka in the real time. And we need to have the idea on Redis cache, how to deploy how to use Redis cache to improve performance, how to exchange messages from one application to another application by using Kafka, and how to test our backend APIs by using Postman, how to generate the documentation for the REST API by using Swagger. So Postman, Swagger, these tools are mandatory for every Spring Boot developer. By using Spring Boot, we are going to develop a REST API. To test that REST API, Postman is required. To provide the documentation of our REST API, Swagger is required. So Postman, Swagger, these are mandatory for every developer. Getting my point? So these are the tools that we are going to learn. 20+ tools we are going to learn as part of our project. Now, initially, I'm not going to cover all the 20 tools. In the first 1 month, we are going to understand up to these tools. Up to these tools, we are going to understand. To use the remaining tools, we need to develop some project. Once I develop the project, then I can tell you how to perform unit testing on the project. If a project code is ready, then I can tell you how to review the code by using Sonar. If the project is ready, then I will tell you how to Dockerize that, how to orchestrate that, how to deploy that. So first we are going to understand few tools. After that, we are going to develop the project. In that project, we are going to use the tool and we will understand complete real-time environment. Getting my point? So total 20 plus tools will be covered throughout our course. By end of the course, you will be able to keep the 20 tools in your resume. If you keep all these tools in the resume, they will identify you are from Ashok IT. 100%. This already happened in the previous batches also. People told me that, sir, by seeing our resume, they are asking that you are from Ashok IT. Because in the Amirpet, no institute will explain these many tools. No institute will explain Java real-time project at this level. So we are brand in the market for the project training. The reason, these are the tools we are going to teach. When you keep these many tools in the resume with 3 years experience, definitely that person will surprise. How you got the chance to work with these many tools within 3 years of time? I got the chance to work with these tools in 10 years of time. If you keep all the tools for 3 years experience, definitely they will get shocked. Now they are able to identify you are Ashok IT student. By looking at our resume format, they will recognize that. Good. And most of the companies, the people who are going to take your interview, they are also our students only. By looking at the resume, they will understand that, brother, I am also from the same project batch. I am also from the same project batch. Right. So like this, we are going to cover, because this project, these tools I'm explaining from 2017 onwards. It's been almost 6 years. I have given project trainings. So we are the first person in the market who introduced the real-time project with these many tools. That's why we are having that much demand in the market for the project training. So once this part 1 and part 2 is completed, then part 3 is going to start, guys. Part 3, initially, when I started the project training, this part 3 was not available. Later, when I started Ashok IT, then I started this part 3. When I was teaching the project in the other institute at that time, after the tools completed, directly I used it to start the major project. But later, I realized that people are weak in the analysis part. So people are doing the courses. They know what is the Spring Boot. They know what is microservices. They know collections. They know multi-threading. But they don't know where to use which concept in the project. So that's why I introduced a new part in the project training, that is mini projects. So we are going to take small requirements and we are going to analyze. I will give the task. You need to think. You need to come up with your solution. Sir, I'm going to develop the project like this. How many classes we need to create? How many methods we need to create? What parameter we need to take for the method? What return type you need to take for the method? That is the most difficult part in the project. So in the company, every day they will give you new tasks. So today one task, tomorrow one task, yesterday one task. For every task, new requirement, new logic, new method, new classes. Suppose I am asking you to write a logic to take the data from the form and insert the data into database and send an email to the user. To implement this functionality, how many classes are required? How many methods are required? What parameters I need to take? Which collection I have to use? When I need to handle the exception? Where I need to use the multi-threading? Where I need to use the inheritance? Where I need to use the polymorphism? When I should go for interfaces? When I should go for abstract classes? When I should go for the stream API? When I should use arrays? When I should use collection? When I should use the string? When I should use the string buffer? When I should go for string builder? People are not able to analyze that. They know all the concept, but they don't know when to use which concept. So here in these mini projects, you are going to improve your logical thinking. Your analysis skill will improve. With this analysis skill, tomorrow, whatever the requirement you will get, within half an hour, you will be able to analyze the requirement. You will be able to start the coding for that. So that's why this course, not only for getting the job, even after getting the job, this will help you to survive in the job also. What is the meaning of survival? What is the meaning of survival? After joining in the company, you should be able to do your task without taking anybody help. You should be able to complete your task without taking anybody help. So many students from our project batch, within 1 year, they became team leads also. Within 1 year, they became, because they will join with 3 to 4 years of experience. After working 1 year in the company, in that complete project team, our students will know all the tools. Our students will know full stack development. They will do analysis. They will do the development. They will do DevOps operations also. So they will easily get the promotions like a team lead. Got my point? Right. So here in the mini projects, we are going to learn mainly requirement analysis part. Requirement analysis part. And you are going to understand development part. You are going to understand testing part. You will understand deployment part. In the mini projects, completely analysis, development, testing, and deployment. So here, 3 to 4 mini projects we are going to develop, guys. Either 3 or 4. Within 3 projects, if your analysis skill is improved, then good. Otherwise, we will take one more requirement and we will analyze. What I will do is, the best part of our project, I will give the requirement for the mini project. I will give you 1 or 2 days of time. Within the 2 days of time, you need to analyze and you need to develop. After 2 days, I will tell my analysis. I will do my coding. Then you can compare your analysis, my analysis, your coding, my coding. Then you will understand where you are doing mistake. So from that mistake, you have to improve your knowledge. Are you guys getting my point? If I directly explain each and everything, you will feel everything is easy because I will tell my analysis, I will write my code. But in the project batch, first you need to come up with your solution. Then I will tell my solution. You compare your solution with my solution. Then you will find the gap, the difference between fresher analysis and experienced person analysis. Are you guys getting this? So if you do such kind of analysis for 3 to 4 projects, you will become master as a developer. You can analyze any type of requirement. You can develop any type of requirement in the project. So our students are doing excellent jobs in the market. The reason, their analysis skill is very strong. Any requirement, today requirement, tomorrow requirement, day after tomorrow, we will start from the basic level. Analyze what is the requirement, how many tables we need to create, how many columns we need to take, what relationship we need to establish from one table to another table, and what classes we need to take, what methods we need to take, what parameters, what return type. That analysis, if you are able to do, coding is very easy. Actually, people will feel coding is difficult, but I will tell coding is not difficult. Analysis is difficult. If your analysis is correct, then coding you can do easily. Getting my point? So most of the people don't have the confidence to attend the interview because they are not able to analyze the requirement. I will give you a project to develop login, registration, card operation, Excel data export, PDF data export, send the email, send the OTP. So these requirements are there. People don't know where to start, where to end. Starting problem will be there. How many classes, how many methods? Method signatures are the problem for the developers. So that we are going to understand so that you will become independent programmer. My intention to make you independent programmer. What is the meaning of independent programmer? Without taking anybody help, you should be able to complete the development, testing, and deployment also. Right. So here, to survive in the company, only development is not sufficient. Along with the development, you need to work with some tools also. When it comes to the mini projects, movie will start. Every day I will give you requirement. I will give you 1 or 2 days of time. Then I will check your assignment. If you guys don't do the assignment, classes will not happen. You can check with your seniors who referred you. How assignment will be there, how assignment checking will be there. You have to complete the project because this project batch should be the last batch for you as a student. After the project, is there anything to learn? Frameworks. Already we are learning parallelly, right? Spring Boot microservices and project. So after the project, you should be able to get the job, right? So the mini projects will be available. Once the mini projects are completed, then we are going to develop one major project. We are going to develop one major project. I will tell the requirement for the major project. I will tell architecture of the project. I will tell modules of the project. We are going to develop that major project with a microservices architecture. We need to develop our project with a microservices architecture. Are you guys getting my point? Yes. Once this major project development is completed, then part 5, we are going to learn AWS cloud. Some concepts of the cloud is required. Developer also should have the knowledge on the cloud platform. How to set up database in the cloud, how to set up server in the cloud, how to deploy Spring Boot application in the cloud platform, right? How the cloud related tasks will be available for the developer. That AWS cloud knowledge is also required. So mostly 10 days we are going to spend for the AWS cloud concept. So complete AWS cloud not required for us. As a developer, some cloud concepts are required. Those things will be covered as part of our part 5. Once it is completed, then part 6. Here we are going to learn Angular concepts. We are going to learn Angular concepts. So we need to develop front end plus back end. Back end we are going to develop here for the major project. For that major project, we need to develop the UI. To develop that UI, we are going to learn some concepts related to Angular. Good. So as of now, I'm going to teach these Angular concepts. If our project development is taking time, then parallelly we will conduct the Angular classes. So if time permits, I will teach that Angular concept. Otherwise, first we will conduct Angular classes with some other faculty. Once you got the basics of the Angular, then we will use the Angular in our project development also. We'll see based on the timing part for that. So Angular also will be covered here. Once the Angular part is covered, then we are going to see our interview preparation, right? Once all these concepts are completed, then we need to understand resume preparation, how to prepare our resume as a experienced developer, how to cover gap as experience, fake experience basically. How to cover gap as experience, and we are going to learn interview questions that they are going to ask for experienced developers, and we are going to understand joining formalities. Once you get the job in the company, what are the joining formalities will be available and what are exit formalities will be available in the company. That complete information that we are going to understand as part of interview preparation. With this, our project will be completed. So this is the syllabus for our Java real-time project. So this Java real-time project is 23 JRTP. This is my 23rd Java real-time project batch. This code is 23 JRTP. What is great thing in that, man? Why are you clapping? If you get the job, then we need to clap, not for the course starting, right? So here we are going to start our Java real-time project. The course code is 23 JRTP. So I hope you got the clarity. What are the prerequisites? See, 260 people constant on the Zoom. That shows that the power of our course, right? So here, Java real-time project, the course code is 23 JRTP. The prerequisite for this course, Core Java, Advanced Java, Oracle, Hibernate, Boot microservices. Anybody who don't know Boot? Boot is required for the course. That is the reason evening 5 o'clock Spring Boot batch is started. the people who want to attend this project should continue with the boot microservices also parallelly. Without having the knowledge on the Spring Boot microservices, you will understand only tools. You will not understand the project development, because the project, whatever the major project that I am going to develop, in this project, I will use the Spring Boot, I will use microservices, I will use AWS Cloud, and I will use the Angular also. So that our project will become a full stack project. Front end will be on the Angular, back end will be on the Boot and microservices, deployment will happen on the AWS Cloud. So we are going to cover AWS Cloud concepts, Angular concepts also, right? This AWS Cloud Angular we will see at the end. Once these AWS Angular concepts are completed, then interview preparation will be available for us. Are you guys getting this? Good. Yeah. Online students, any questions? Any questions? Yep, definitely. We are going to cover the front end back end integration. Yep, Mockito here I have given as part of JUnit. PowerMock, it is a Mockito framework only. There are several Mockito frameworks are available. PowerMock is one of the Mockito framework. Good. Fine, guys. Any questions? Anyone from online? Anybody having any questions from online? Yep, I will tell you the class timings. I will tell you the class timings. Class, I already told the duration, right? Yeah. So I hope you are clear with our prerequisites and course content. As I told you, course content is divided into multiple parts. First part, software industry introduction. These things we are going to understand. From tomorrow, I'm going to start with the part 1. This part is theoretical part only, but very important to survive in the company. Next one is real-time tools. These many tools we are going to cover. 20+ tools will be covered by end of this course. And mini projects, 3 to 4 mini projects we will develop to improve our analysis skill and our coding skill. Major project to keep in the resume. So when you want to attend an interview, they will ask you which project you have developed, what are the modules available in the project, which modules you develop, what are the challenges you faced in the project, how you deployed that project, what are your roles and responsibilities in the project. Everything we will cover as part of this major project. Then after, AWS Cloud concepts will be available and Angular concepts also will be available. And interview preparation, resume preparation, fresher resume, experienced resume. After learning this much content, will anybody go as a fresher? Is it required? Not required. So I told you in the full stack batch, I told you 100% job guarantee. After learning this course, I no need to call the companies. If you upload your resume by mentioning these tools, by mentioning the cloud, Angular, per day you will get 25 to 30 calls. Per day you will get 25 to 30 calls. We no need to call the company to take our people. Company should rush for you because your resume will have that much demand in the market. Right? Right? That is the reason I told you full stack development. My intention not to send you as a fresher for 3 to 4 lakhs. My intention to send you for 15 to 20 lakhs package. My intention is to send you for 15 to 20 lakhs package. Because if you learn AWS, Angular, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, everybody will call for your resume. But thing is, if you just attend the classes, that will not happen. You need to do that practice. You need to do that practice, right? From today, I will treat you as my employee. Every day I will give you task and you need to submit that task. There is no teacher-student relation. Now, team lead, team member relation. Salary. You need to give the salary to me, man. It is an internship kind of thing for you. Good. Fine. So here, module 1 is software industry, module 2, real-time tools, module 3, mini projects, module 4, major project, module 5, cloud concepts, module 6, Angular, part 7, interview preparation. And coming to course details, as I told you, the name of the course is JRTP, Java Real-Time Project. This is our 23 JRTP, and the duration for this course is 3 to 4 months. I can't fix the duration, guys, because it is doing and learning course. It is not just theoretical part. Your involvement should be more than my involvement. How quickly you will improve your coding skill, then only that batch will be completed. My 21 JRTP took 6 months of time. The reason, students are freshers, they are not able to understand the concept. So when students are not able to complete the task, they are not able to understand the analysis, they are not able to improve the skill, then duration will increase. I can't give you exact duration for the JRTP because this is very prestigious course for us, and the people who join for this course, by end of the course, they should be able to get the job. So with that intention, we are going to deliver this. So there is no fixed duration. It may take 3 months. It may take 4 months. It may go up to 5 months also. It depends on your skill. It depends on your skill. I will give my 100% effort. Whatever I mentioned here, everything will be covered. How much you are learning from this, how much skill you are improving, it depends on that when the course is going to complete. After 1 month, don't come and ask me, sir, when the batch will complete. Generally, people will send that message, sir, when our batch is going to complete. Our batch will complete once you get the job. Right? Good. So duration, 3 to 4 months it is going to take. Class timings, daily 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. IST. 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. IST, 2 hours class will be available. So the people who are in the full stack development, it is part of the course. You no need to do the payment again for this. The people who are attending only JRTP, this course fees is 8,000 for live classes. 8,000 for live classes. That is plan 1. If they want to go for backup videos, it is 12,000. Now you see how much discount you got. Course fee is 12,000. Live classes plus backup videos for 1 year access. Good. Fine. So 8,000 rupees will be available. The people who want to go for the plan 1, live classes will be available and notes will be available. For 12,000 people, live classes plus notes plus backup videos will be available. The video access will be there for 1 year. Now, the course start date. Today is the first session. So no more demo sessions for us. So today is the first class, and from tomorrow, module 1 is going to start. So module 1 will start from tomorrow. Module 1 will start from 16th March. That's it. Timing 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. IST. 16th March 2023. Class timings. Classes mostly Monday to Saturday will be available. If required, some weekends also, Sunday also we can conduct. If the course is getting delayed, then some extra session we will plan on the Sunday. So this is the information about the course. Course code 23 JRTP. Duration 3 to 4 months it is going to take. Timings 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. IST. These classes will happen both online and offline. Online will be available and classroom is also available. If anybody is interested for the classroom training, you can come. Parallelly, both classes will happen. Online will be there and classroom will be there. Course fee is 8,000 rupees for live classes, 12,000 for backup videos. Start date today. Module 1 will start from today. And requirement, everybody should have a laptop with a minimum 4 GB RAM. If you have 8 GB, that is excellent, right? System with 4 GB is minimum. If you have 8 GB, that is good. System with 8 GB RAM is required because lot of tools we are going to install in our system. If you have 4 GB RAM, your system may become slow. If I install Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, Maven, all the tools, SonarQube, and all the remaining tools that I'm going to install, right? Then your system performance may become slow. It will hang. So that's why high configuration system is required. So if you have 8 GB RAM, that will be sufficient. So everybody should have a laptop or system, laptop basically, with 8 GB RAM. If you have 4 GB laptop, 4 GB RAM, if you go to shop, they will replace 4 GB with the 8 GB for 1000 or 2000 rupees. You can extend your RAM from 4 to 8 GB. If you have 8 GB, the speed will be sufficient to install our tools and to work with our tools. Got my point, guys? Anybody who is having 4 GB RAM, please upgrade to 8 GB. For 2000 rupees, they will upgrade it. They will upgrade for 2000 rupees, 4 GB to 8 GB. The reason why I am telling is several tools we need to install in our system. Then our system performance will become slow. That's the reason. Upgrade your RAM from 4 GB to 8 GB. Perfect. Yep. Linux, yes. That Linux concepts I'm going to cover in the cloud concepts. So whatever the Linux knowledge is required, that Linux concepts will be covered here. Okay? Good. AWS cloud with the Linux. Yep. Perfect, guys. Good. So to access this class notes, you guys can download our app. I told you that, right? App information I have given now. Why go? One minute. The people who are attending this class, to get this information, you guys can download our Ashok IT mobile app. Once you download this app, you can see study material. You can see the study material. Guys, keep quiet, keep quiet. So here in the mobile app, some people already downloaded. The people who did not download, please download that mobile app. In the mobile app, there is an option called study material. In that study material, I will upload the class notes and the backup video also. The app is available in both Android as well as iOS. In the Android, the app name is Ashok IT directly. In the iOS, the app name is My Institute. It will ask for organization code. The organization code is CNFXJ. Yeah. So this is the app information. The people who are watching in YouTube, you can directly search for the Ashok IT app in the Google Play Store. So the people who are using iOS app, iOS mobile, search for My Institute app. For My Institute, this is the code, organization code. Once you download the app, you can see study material. In that study material, I will upload the class notes and class video also. Perfect. Good. Yep. Any question? Sir, I have a stand up in my company at 11 AM. So just wanted to know what it will end. Stand up will happen 20 to 30 minutes of time. Perfect. Yeah. Offline people, any questions? No questions? Are you good? So from tomorrow, 9:30, we are going to start with the module 1. Thank you, guys. Today evening, Spring Boot class is also available. Online people, please raise your hand if you have a question, then you can talk to me. Offline people, you can leave. No. Yeah, guys. Online people who are having the question, so please raise your hand in the Zoom. Then I will give you option to speak out. Okay? Yeah. The people who are watching from YouTube, so thanks for watching. Like this video and subscribe to our channel. So you can join the live session in the Zoom by using the Zoom link available in the website. Thank you, guys. Yeah, guys, please raise your hand in the Zoom if you want to talk to me. Yeah, Roshni, what is your question?
Hi, sir. I have
Roshni, can you unmute your mic?
Yes, sir. Unmute. Hello,
I'm
sir.
not getting your voice. Speak loudly.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Sir, I have 4 GB RAM in my laptop and SSD also. So do I need to upgrade it to 8 GB?
Can you speak loudly, ma'am? I'm not getting your voice.
Hello, sir. Am I
Yeah, hi.
audible? Hello, sir.
Guys, give
Hello.
me 1 minute. I will connect from my laptop to.
Hello.
Yes, Roshni, tell me.
Now audible, sir.
Yes, you are audible now.
Sir, 4 GB RAM I have in my laptop and SSD also.
No, that's not required. If you upgrade the RAM, that is fine. If you upgrade to SSD, that is excellent. Performance will be speed.
Sir, do I need to make this 4 GB to 8 GB RAM or SSD is sufficient? Already I have SSD.
Yeah, if you have SSD, that is sufficient. No need to do that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir.
Good. Yeah. Navneet Sonawave, what is your question, Navneet?
Yeah, hi sir.
Hello,
Am I
Navneet.
audible? Yeah, am I audible, sir? Hello.
Yeah, hi, Navneet. Can you unmute your mic? Speak out.
Yeah, sir. Am I audible?
सर थोड़ा जोर से बात करो यार, आपका वॉइस नहीं आ रहा है मुझे. I'm not getting your voice. Can you speak loudly?
Yes, sir. Am I